Hey, my name is Avi Aronov, and in this video I want to speak about office and expenses. It's actually expenses. It's one of the things that can build or kill your business. In what sense? That you see, for me, when I actually got my first mentor, Bob Proctor, and he told me, hey, you know what, you need to pay me to mentor you $150,000. I said, sure, honestly, I had no expenses at the time in terms of I had the expenses on gas, on car, and stuff like that. But other than that, I had no expenses. And I was earning on average about $30,000 every single week, which was an amazing for a 19-year-old, right? So what happened? When I started to work with him, he actually told me, look, you need, and I actually have the original paper. I will, if anything, upload that here. He told me, Avi, how are you running all of your meetings right now? I said, from the car. What do you mean? He's like, what? How can people take you serious? You have to have an office. So then what he did, he actually drew out an office just like that. And he said, you need an office that has reception, has your office, and then a big office that will basically do training in there. So he drew this out. And then what happened? I literally, 3 days later or so, I walked into an office exactly like that. It was 1,200 square feet. There was one door here, and one door here, which basically, and that was in the basement. And funny enough, when he started his cleaning business, Bob Proctor, what happened? His business was also in the basement. And at first, I went to an office that had the settings of a bit different one, like this. And this one was 1,200 square feet. I was paying $2,100, okay? And there is a picture I will share with you about how I did meetings of my salespeople in here, okay? So in the morning, the way I monetized that office was, here I had a table, okay? Here it was the reception, and then there was a couple of chairs here, okay? And in this office, I had the whiteboard here, which was a see-through, and all around I had tables all the way here, okay? I had tables all around here. I had probably about like 30 or 35 people in this office sitting, making calls. It was crazy. It was less than 1,000 square feet office area right there. And we had so many people sitting there. In the morning, I had my salespeople come. They did the meetings there, trainings, role play, everything, and then they go on the road by about 10 o'clock, and then by 10:30, all my telemarketing would come, and they start making calls from this office, right? Here in the reception, we had people do interviews on the staircase. It was amazing. You don't understand how we were monetizing this office. And in my office, there was finance meetings, interviews, CFO would sit there. Like, it would be so phenomenal how we monetize this one little office to such an extent. And again, my expense was about $2,100 and change. And then what happened? As we start to make so much money, what we did, we actually went and we rent over 10,000 square feet office, which was almost an entire floor of an A-plus building. We paid over $30,000 in rent. Okay, now imagine yourself from $2,100 to going to $30,000 in rent. Okay, that's a massive jump. That basically saying how much money you need to create more to make sure that you cover that rent. So I personally don't recommend that. Why? Because instead of doing something like that, what I really do recommend is going and making sure that you control your expenses and you do investments into the company. So that means get better people in the company, get the right advisor in the company. After I actually had to basically be out of that business, I actually found an amazing people, mentors of mine that actually taught me about merger and acquisitions. I told them, look, I already have done merger and acquisition, and they taught me some stuff that I wish I knew about when I was in that business, because they taught me to structure the business for an exit versus just have it running in a way that it can grow gradually. But then the exit could be structured in such a way that instead of making 3x or 2x, you can make over 10x if you just do it the right way. If you find the right buyer, which there is plenty of buyers for the home improvement industry. So when you are looking at expenses, make sure that you manage it the right way. It's, in a sense, get the right systems, get the right implementation teams, get the right, office for your structure, get the right acquisitions and bulk acquisition of customers. You want to make sure that you do the right expenses for the company and not just trying to, all of a sudden have a nicer office like I did. It's a mistake that I did. Having a nicer car, having nicer lifestyle versus really reinvesting more and more and more, expanding the business in more territorial areas and growing that way. So you see, for us, what we're actually looking for, and what you will see also some of the stuff that Azmat will be sharing with you, we're looking for those companies that in the growth stages that have at least 5 salespeople with some type of channel of acquisition for customer in advertisement, that really know that they want to grow, looking at our content, which is very, very specific for the home improvement industry and HVAC. And then once we see that you implement and at least doing $1 million in revenue every single year, and you know that we can help you, and we can look at your structure and company, and we know that we can help you as well, then we will put everything together. We will figure out a way how we can partner up and help you take your business to a whole new level. So if you believe that it can be a benefit for you, feel free to reach out to us. Let us know why you think it's the right fit, and we will contact you to go over everything together, and we will see how we can help you go to those next levels. Thank you. See you in the next one.